What's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. We have breaking news. Currently, right now, nobody can purchase directly from the US Mint. Only the few authorized dealers. This isn't a rumor. I confirmed it with Andy Schectman, the CEO of Miles Franklin, since he is one of those few authorized dealers. I asked him, I texted him, I said, is this true? He said, correct, unless you buy proofs. So you can only buy proofs from the US Mint right now. You cannot purchase normal, just Bullion Eagles, which it almost, and this is the craziest part. Earlier today, I made a video talking about the rumor that the US Mint might be canceling silver and gold Eagles for good, permanently. So while we're talking about that rumor, this comes out, and it just seems like something behind the scenes is really going on that's big, and I don't think we know the full extent of it. We know some of it, and I made a lot of videos covering what's really going on with the US Mint and the laws they have in place, which won't allow them to buy silver from other dealers at above spot price. And since the US Mint's the only mint that has this law, nobody wants to sell their silver to the US Mint because they can only get paid spot price, where other mints and dealers don't have to. They could pay above spot price, and they are. And that's why Sunshine Mint, which is their main source of silver planchets, silver blanks, won't sell to the US Mint. They'd rather sell to these other mints since they could make more money. Now, the tricky part is there was just that congressional complaint that happened recently, and it seems like that's what pushed things up another notch. That's when we start hearing the rumors about the US Mint potentially canceling silver and gold Eagles for good. And now this is happening where they will not let any customers purchase from them, only the few authorized dealers. So I don't know what's about to happen, but I do know one thing. This is even going to be more of a reason for premiums on Eagles to skyrocket. Now, luckily, I am good friends with Andy Schectman, which is the CEO of Miles Franklin, one of the only few authorized dealers that can still work with the US Mint. And Andy and I have a show on my channel every Wednesday. So in a few days, I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to pick his brain. I'm going to hear anything that the US Mint has stated to him or what he knows that's going on that the public doesn't. And, because since he can still work with them, obviously he's going to have more insight. He's going to have more knowledge about this entire situation, but, beyond just rumors or beyond just the public knowing that we can no longer purchase through them, through the Mint. Now, I'd love to pass the question to you, and I want to hear some of your thoughts, some of your conspiracies. Is this more validation that the US Mint might be canceling the Eagles, silver and gold for good? I mean, I don't see their situation getting better, requiring sufficient silver to meet public demand. So something's going to have to change. Congress can't just be throwing complaint after complaint and letting this, fly by. And since their situation isn't going to change, since the United States is trying to hold down interest rates on our own $30 trillion of debt, that law is not going to change, allowing them to pay above spot price. So the US Mint is going to continue having difficulty. So something's going to change. Is that the change they're going to make? Maybe this is their first attempt cutting off public access to purchase silver Eagles from them directly, only authorized dealers like Miles Franklin, which, by the way, if you want to purchase from Miles Franklin, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. That's a prime example of why it's so important to build a relationship with someone like Andy. Those third-party websites, they aren't authorized dealers. Andy Schectman is. So purchasing through Miles Franklin and building that business relationship could be very beneficial, especially moving forwards since things are only getting crazier. If you want to purchase from them, Try them out. I highly recommend it. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. I know Andy would be happy to hear it. Now, I'm so curious about what is actually going to happen. I'm curious about what's really going on behind the scenes as well. I'm really excited for Wednesday's episode. I don't want to hear too much right now. I'd rather hear it, face to face in a live interview, not just an email or something along those lines. Or even if he called me, I don't want to relay the message, like that. I want you guys to hear him saying it out of his own mouth. I think it would be much more impactful that way. So stay tuned and make sure you watch our Wednesday show. And by the way, we still don't have a name for that show, so if you have any clever ideas, shoot me an email, info.silverslayer@gmail.com. And I am doing a massive 60,000 subscriber giveaway. I gained 500 subscribers yesterday. 500. So that means if you want to get mathematical, we could be doing the giveaway in 2 days. In 2 days. 3 days. So if you don't go enter right now, you're going to miss the giveaway. Click one button and type 5 letters. The entry video is in the pinned comment or the description. You cannot miss it. And you won't want to once you see what the prizes are. I don't even know what the full extent of what the prizes are, honestly, because Andy is also donating to the giveaway. So you have myself and Miles Franklin throwing in prizes, so it's going to be a massive giveaway. I'm really excited. But anyways, to get back to the point, does this validate the conspiracy, the rumors that the U.S. Mint is going to be canceling Eagles permanently? What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. I love when you all participate. And even at that, maybe this is their last attempt. Maybe they're just going to cut out, direct customers with the U.S. Mint to help them keep reserves down. And as this is possibly going to solve the problem, I think this is just a last leg attempt to the inevitable. I don't think it's possible for them to keep up with public demand, especially nowadays. With the BRICS nations going on, if you watch my interview with Andy, you know that there's some serious stuff going on around the world. And if that happens, the United States might be cut off from the rest of the world. So we need American-made silver. Silver minted by the U.S. government, which is constitutional silver and Eagles. So maybe the U.S. Mint is just holding off on their reserve because they know that's about to happen. Maybe that's another conspiracy. Maybe they're going to be confiscating any silver that's not made in America. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, we could go so deep into conspiracies, and that's why I don't want to. I want to focus on what we do know right now. And we do know that you cannot directly purchase silver from the U.S. Mint, only a few authorized dealers. What does that tell us, though? One, I do think that tells us that things are more extreme than the eye sees. I think this all started from the congressional complaint, though, honestly, because this has been going on for years. 2020, the U.S. Mint ran out of silver. Had to make an emergency 1 million mintage supply from the San Francisco Mint at the end of the year. 2021, they had to put a mintage cap on the Type 1 and Type 2 Eagles. So that's another attempt trying to limit their production. Then 2022, they canceled the Morgan and Silver Peace dollars. And then, for 2023, that's when they announced it. Obviously, it's only a couple months ago when they had made that announcement. But when they made that announcement, that exposed their legal stuff. That's when we found out that they are going up against Congress because they are in violate, or they cannot meet public demand, as the secretary shall not pay more than the LBMA spot price at that point in time. Then we found out, why they started outsourcing it. Well, this is when I found out, and I started making videos kind of revealing more of the situation. And ever since then, slowly but surely, the U.S. Mint is getting exposed. And even Andy Schectman said, since he's one of the few authorized dealers, he said the U.S. Mint cut down 50% of their gold eagle production as well, which is interesting because there is no gold shortage. Gold is not scarce. Only silver is. And Andy was even saying that's extremely odd. So, by the way, I'm really excited for him to come on the show on Wednesday because so many questions. And if you have any questions that you want to ask Andy that I will ask, just send an email to info.silverslayer@gmail.com. Someone already sent me a really good question to ask Andy. And I was like, yeah, why? I haven't been getting many emails of people asking questions. So if you send an email to that email, info.silverslayer@gmail, and say, hey, can you ask Andy this question on the show? I will. But yeah, it could be any question. Not doesn't have to just revolve around the U.S. Mint. It could be about the BRICS nations, anything. So I don't know. I don't even know where to go from here. I don't want to throw too many conspiracies out there. I don't want to give any misleading or false information. I just want to I just want to hear what you have to say. I'm giving you guys the facts, which the fact is we cannot purchase from the US Mint. The rumors, though, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. So what do you think? Please comment down below. We have to know what's going on sooner or later. I feel like it's going to be sooner than later, but just like the other stuff, it kind of got revealed way past the initial situation even happened. Now, there are solutions to this. One, they could just fix the law. The U.S. Mint, or I guess it wouldn't even be the U.S. Mint fixing the law, or they would have. It's the United States, the Treasury, the people above the U.S. Mint that are trying to hold down interest rates on our own $30 trillion of debt, the Federal Reserve. That's why that law is in place, and that's why that law is not changing. Another solution is where they're getting their silver from. What about the Sunshine Mint? Now, we know that the whole reason, this is all the Sunshine Mint's fault. I mean, kind of. Technically, it's the law in place, but the Sunshine Mint could help the U.S. Mint out and just take the loss and say, you know what, we see you're in a mess, we'll sell you the silver. I know you can only pay spot price. That sucks for us, but we'll do it. Instead of just saying, you know what, no, I can't afford to sell my inventory at spot price. I'm sorry. Leave them to the birds. And then just go sell to, whoever else. That would fix the situation. But, obviously, that doesn't make sense for the Sunshine Mint or the other dealers. So, I don't know. I mean, there are solutions. If, since there's a congressional complaint and they're so mad, then why doesn't Congress try to go against the law, right? And even in the complaint, they asked them in, 5 questions. 5. And one is, why are they having such a hard time? It's because nobody wants to sell to them. That's the answer. Another one was, why can't they just look at what the Perth Mint and these other mints are doing and just mimic them? And that's because the Perth Mint and these other mints don't have that law in place. Then they say, why don't they have a backup reserve? They probably did, but it's used up. I could only imagine that reserve was the 1 million mintage supply at the end of the year from the San Francisco Mint, right? They ran out of silver in 2020, and then it probably took them a few months to mint the planchets or get the planchets print or stamped out from the San Francisco Mint and thrown out into 2021. But then guess what happened in 2021? The Wall Street silver movement, all the silver is getting bought up. So that's when they said we have to put a mintage cap on the Type 1 and Type 2 Eagles, trying to hopefully fix the situation. But then remember, the first month of 2022, the U.S. Mint sold 5 million Eagles, record-breaking sales. So then it's like they keep getting screwed. They don't even have a chance to catch up because things just keep getting more and more extreme. Well, they do have a chance to catch up now because sales were down 76% from January to June. Within 6 months, sales dropped 76%, while other mints, the Royal Mint, sales were up like 40 something percent. Like things are so crazy. And during that time I even was mentioning, hey, maybe people are going to start turning their backs on the US Mint since these premiums are so high. And now with all the new chaos and the rumors and even what's happening, I feel like this is going to push premiums even higher because if they stop producing eagles, or if there's the possibility of that, even with the rumor, people are going to aren't going to want to let go of their eagles even more so. So that means premiums would go even higher because people would be willing to pay the premiums. Then apply that along with the other reason people should be, or quote unquote should be, buying American made silver, because the United States might be getting cut off from the rest of the world with the BRICS nations and Saudi Arabia. That's even more reason for people not wanting to let go of their eagles, pushing premiums up even higher. I mean, we saw 71% premiums from sites like SD Bullion, some of the most popular sites, selling like hotcakes, and people are willing to pay that price. So I don't even know where to take this at this point. All I can do is pass the question to you. What do you think is going to happen? Are you still buying Eagles? Are you turning your back on Eagles because the premiums are too high? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, I'm doing a 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway. Entry videos open. If you also want to purchase from one of the only few authorized dealers the US Mint can still do business with, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. They'd love to hear it. They will match or potentially beat any other price from anyone else. So you literally don't have to worry about finding a better price if you don't go through Miles Franklin. If you can prove, take a screenshot of the link or whatever, that there's a lower price than they have to offer, they will match it, potentially beat it, if since they most likely have cheaper prices, but they will match anything. So you literally cannot get a better price anywhere else, plus getting the advantage of being in contact with that company. That's benefits beyond, just because they can match the price. So a lot of opportunity. I'm glad I can offer that to you. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like the video. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.